new.
It is good to be home. Here with my boy Eric and his girlfriend Kim. We're about to go tour through San Diego. But what makes today special, as of yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday, that you both
Yes, the 13th.
The 13th?
Yes.
You proposed to Kim?
Yes, I did.
Nice. And Kim happily accepted.
I did.
How do you feel?
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really happy for these two. I mean, Eric and I, our history dates all the way back since early 2000, and this was at a time when we were in our big Dance Dance Revolution craze. And I have to tell you, there was not a better time in my life, except for my adventures in Japan when I was in the Navy, that coming out of high school, I wasted no time and built up a network of friends, especially having close ones like Eric himself. And I have to say that it's been a good journey thus far. I mean, there was a time when I actually had to, leave San Diego and join the Navy. And
it's okay, we both did.
Yeah. Hoo-yah, go Navy.
Yeah, right. Those were good times. I mean, we didn't serve together,
yeah,
but we both served.
Right, exactly.
That would have been some shit if we had both served together. Jesus Christ, can you imagine? The crazy shit. We would have been at captain's mast every fucking month.
Well, I was sort of a goody two-shoes because I'm my father's
there.
Well, I'm my father's legacy. So the ship that I served on the Essex, a lot of the people in the supply community knew who my father was. So I had to be on my best behavior. I wasn't really my best behavior.
Nah, man.
Some really bad boy.
Oh, if I had been there, we would have gotten into some great shit. They would have been hauling us back up the gangplank through the cooks area. Don't let anybody know. Just put him in the freezer. Shh. Don't say a fucking word.
All right, so today's video as well is gonna be a hybrid of both, touring through some parts of San Diego, rekindling our past, and at the same time, more importantly, is how these two lovely people have met. All right, so how did you and Kim meet?
Of all the things, believe it or not, it was online.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, help me out. I was like, okay, so I made an account on a free dating website. It was just, I wasn't even serious about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, well, I told my buddy at the time, I need to actually look at this site and play around with it and talk to some people before I can give you an honest answer what I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I came across Kim's profile.
Okay.
I was like, hey, she's cute. Okay, well, here we go. So I sent her a message. I didn't expect to get a response. All of a sudden I got a response, and a response turned into a conversation. Conversation turned into multiple conversations, and then that turned into actually deciding to meet each other,
mm-hmm,
and the rest is history.
What were your first initial thoughts about Eric?
Honestly, I was like, oh, he's hot.
Whoa. So we got one person who says she's cute. It's like, oh, he's hot. So how long from the time you guys first met on this online site till you actually physically met? How long did it take?
Oh, it was a few weeks. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it was probably about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks tops. Yeah, just about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, both of us didn't really take it seriously at the time. Her coworker was like, oh, just check it out. And my buddy, I was just kind of doing a review and kind of gathering information, mm-hmm, so I could give him an honest opinion of what I thought.
Okay,
and,
got it.
yeah, so it was completely unexpected. Neither one of us were on the site really with the intention of trying to find anybody. We were just both kind of screwing around with it, and it just out of nowhere.
All right, so we're heading out to Fres right now, and we're gonna go and get your DB, your DB.
The DB to replace the one that
Yeah.
got died. in the living room.
Wow.
What are you doing, dude?
I have no idea. All right, so we're in Arrow Drive right now, and two significant spots in this place bring back memories.
Let's see.
Fall of 1999, I actually went to school up here. First school I ever went to was ITT Tech. You know, even though they're no longer around, but yeah, I had to drive up this road every single afternoon right after work and get to school. And then the other notable place was we're going to Eric's work, Fry's, which used to be called Incredible Universe until I think was it 2000.
I remember that.
Yeah.
No, it was. I think it was later than that. I think it was like. Actually, I don't know, but I know it was later than that.
Right.
I remember Incredible Universe. It wasn't so incredible. That's where they're going. But it was interesting.
But I remember having to frequent Fry's a lot back in the days, all the way until even now. Still, I stop by here and there. But back in the late 2000s,
It's the assistant store manager on his
all the way until early 2000s, I would actually come here a lot just to get all my electronic goods. And still, I want to say by far, for the most part, it's been a joy to always go to Fry's and, you know, just find what I need and grab what I need.
Exactly.
Yeah, ITT Tech is just right up on that ridge over there, so.
God, I remember that Honda Prelude you used to own at the time. Oh man.
That car got us around everywhere throughout San Diego. That was the one car. I mean, we'd always pile up in my car. We had D, you, myself, Sam, Rick, and a whole bunch of other people, including my first girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend now, and Jamie. And we would just all pile up in my car and start going everywhere from place to place, from Glorietta Bay all the way down to Imperial Beach. So finally, after leaps and bounds, we finally get Eric's TV.
There's Ricardo in his car. Sorry, co-workers. This freaking piece of shit BMW.
All right, so far up until this point in your guys' relationships, what would you have to say would be your... Wow.
Good rapes.
All right, I'll ask the question again. All right, so what would you have to say is your most memorable experience between you two so far?
That's a hard one. That's a tough one. There's so many. I mean, when you truly love somebody, like every experience is good. It's hard to like
I
really
totally agree with you.
narrow one down because each experience has its own like it has its own merits, but above all else, it's like equal with everything else because it's just fun and happy, you know, the whole time. There's no oh, it's hard. Well, let me think. This one I'm really gonna have to think about.
Or what about you, Kim? What do you think was your most memorable experience with Eric so far?
Honestly, that is a tough one.
All right, there she is. Mission Valley Mall. Now, the most memorable moments I ever had here was just the fact that every Friday night, Saturday night, Starworks was just packed with all of us arcaders, and then especially the handful of us that were all about playing Dance Dance Revolution, showing off what we got to Eric was more noted as the more technical player. So there's two types of DDR players who play that game. You got ones who are just what are considered technical, so they just go for the pure score and try to hit every single step. And then there was the freestylists, which is what I am, and we actually just make it look good. But the whole entire point of being a freestylist is one, as long as you pass the song, and number two, you just dance on that game with such flair. And I actually started out as a technical player, so but I was like, yeah, it's all right, it's fun, you know, trying to get the high score, so see if anybody else could even top you. I mean, that's how you could measure someone who's, you know, better than you. But you know, with being a freestylist, it's hard to do that, but we just use the crowd to see how much we can get them revved up.
Well, the whole technical playing thing, that's what won you the trip to E3 That crazy road trip we took up north.
Yeah.
That crazy ass road trip. I remember you were grumbling and pissed off every night because your knees hurt.
Oh, when I started doing my knee drops over at
Oh,
E3.
you were pissed, grumbling, and
That sucked.
me and Sam said, okay, screw this. While you sleep and grumble, we decided to play hide and go seek all throughout the hotel. That,
Oh, yeah. No, I had that crazy, well, it's like the biggest game convention.
They still do that? Oh my
Yeah, they
God.
do.
I'm sorry, they turned it into comics and stuff.
I mean, it went through like several different iterations, but yeah, this is where Star Wars normally was at. Now it's like comics and stuff.
They turned it into nerd heaven for us. How
Yeah.
about that? Oh, hey, they made it big too. Wow.
That's something else.
Planet of the Apes Monopoly, dude. Should be our challenge.
So my boy Eric here is trying to convince me to go to Dave & Buster's right after Mission Valley Mall and then go play some Dance Dance Revolution and eat as well. Oh my gosh. Last time I played DDR was, I think, like 2 years ago. I don't know if I could actually ever do it again.
Find out.
There's a reason why I'm retired.
Retirement exists to come out of it. That's why it exists. That's what the re is for, because you can retire and then re-retire and then
Re-retire?
re-retire. That's what the re stands for in retirement.
So when is retired? Like
When you're in
6
the
feet
ground,
under?
maybe?
6 feet under? or
Even
something
then,
like
not
that?
really, because you're still pushing up the daisies. So I don't think there's ever an actual retirement. And if you really hate somebody, then
Okay,
you go
let's go to Dave & Buster's and then we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna promise you guys anything. But,
There's food there too, so
that's true. That's why I said I'm not
pretty
gonna promise anything about playing DDR for a moment.
hey, she'll play.
No.
Blue
Moon.
All right, cheers, guys.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood has been around for so many years in Pittsburgh. The original set from the show is on display at the Hayes History Center. Mr. Fred Rogers grew up in nearby Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
What's that?
Hop on this machine and do the same damn thing they're doing, but not having to hold on to the bar. Be like, this is how we used to do it. This is the real way to do it.
Back at La Jolla again and again and again. Some people know me coming to La Jolla a lot just because I like to use this as the training grounds for flying my drones. So this is a good way for me to ramp up my experience and so forth. But I chose this spot because I think this is the perfect spot for me to do some candid photo shots of Eric and Kim for their engagement. This is our, I guess you call it your engagement photo shots. I don't know what the term is. I mean, this is my way of saying, here you go. This is my gift to you guys to, develop a, like your guys' wedding album, or the start of it.
Oh, the heart.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and then with the sun behind it. All right.
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right just want us to always be, to always be. Let's stay.